All right, well, hi everybody, and so welcome to the transition for international students into a U.S. college environment. And today in Series 1, I have one of my students, Lindsay. And hi Lindsay, how are you?
Hi, good, how are you?
Doing great. And Lindsay, I think, we'll kind of get right to it. I know you saw some of the questions, so we're going to start with the first question, which is, could you share some tips about what it takes to be a successful college student in the United States?
Of course. So I think the biggest thing is getting yourself into a study group. That was the main focus of mine, is learning how to study with other people, and you can bounce ideas off of them. And you not only get to hear the material from a different perspective or a student's perspective, but you can also help people, you can explain it to other students as well to help them understand, which will reinforce your learning. And also another thing I would suggest is study based on your learning style. So I am a visual and auditory learner, so I like to use a whiteboard with different colored markers, and I also like to say things out loud to myself.
And that's really true. I remember even as an international student for myself, I used to say things aloud in order to comprehend the information. That's great, Lindsay. One of the other things that's really important for international students as well, Lindsay, is to be able to create a balance. International students have to work as well as go to school. Any advice on that at all, on how they can do that?
I definitely think finding a balance and making a schedule is extremely important. It's good to stick to the schedule too. That's probably the most important aspect to making a schedule. I also think that going to office hours with teachers or setting up tutoring sessions can be really helpful, and it can be a good use of your time to study more efficiently, and you get to spend less time studying and have more time to yourself with work or friends or etc.
That's really great advice as well. Tell us, Lindsay, I know that you have explored internships. A lot of international students need the work experience so that when they go back to their home countries, or if they choose to work in the United States, they really need to get hands-on experience. What are your thoughts on internships and hands-on experience for international students?
I definitely think getting an internship is extremely important. It's helpful to employers when you're applying for a job to see that you have experience, and it sets you apart from others and gives you an upper hand. I think it also helps you determine if that's the field of interest that you actually want to go into, because as you're just studying it, you don't know exactly what's going to go on in the real world, but having an internship gives you a better perspective of what that will be like.
That's really, really great. And one of the other questions, Lindsay, I had for you as a young lady in the United States, obviously as a college student, you might date or socialize. What is some advice for international students who want to keep that balance between dating, relationships, and work? Is that even possible in your day and age as a student?
I mean, I'm dating, and I think that it's definitely possible to have a balance between friends and social life. Like I said before, sticking to a schedule helps you. It's definitely going to be difficult and a change, but if you're willing to do it, it can work. And just remember to reward yourself. If you're studying for a while, make sure to take a break, and your break could be you could go out with your friends. And then you can also study with your friends, so it doesn't feel like you're isolated all by yourself.
That's really great advice. And in some international countries, especially like mine in Africa, a lot of girls don't have a chance to get an education. Lindsay, what advice do you have for international students, female students who are coming to America, who it's so important for them to be able to get an education? Because in Africa, it is the woman, for example, that is really the ground force for the community. What general advice for them?
I think definitely being a woman with an educational background is a strong suit that employers are looking for, and it shows that you have determination to your studies and want to advance yourself. It also sets you up for creating a great career for yourself, and you don't have to just be a housewife, and you can actually hold a job and be independent for yourself.
Excellent advice. Well, that was one of my students, Lindsay. Hopefully that information was helpful for you as an international student, especially as a female international student. And next, we're actually going to talk to Kimra, who's going to give us the guy side of things. Bye, everybody.
Bye.